Hey everyone, Steven from Enchiladas here. Thanks for tuning in to week 2 of our weekly vlog series. If you'd like to follow along with this series, please consider hitting that subscribe button, leaving a like on this video. I know it would truly mean the world to me if you could do that. We're definitely trying to get some momentum here, so anything you could do to help, definitely appreciated. This week was a pretty busy week. I'll recap it for you, but I would say it was more busy work this week than it was the actual fun work of streaming and playing video games with my friends, which that is what we signed up for when we decided to try and go down this content creation pathway. So that's kind of what we got to do. I spent a lot of time watching a ton of content around creating YouTube and Twitch brand strategy and kind of aligning them and using those to grow together faster than you would otherwise. And some really insightful stuff. And I have Devin Nash's YouTube channel up here. He was one of the people I watched a ton of his content. He's incredibly on top of this stuff, and really I would say one of the premier names in marketing, specifically in this space, Twitch and YouTube kind of together. Then the other one's Alpha Gaming. I'll show you his channel here in a second as well. But I would say Devin Nash has a more data-driven and analytics-based approach to Twitch streaming and YouTube content creation, as well as his marketing CMO level background that I found really refreshing and helpful for me as I'm trying to, I would say, build a mindset around what success looks like and how to be good in this space. Otherwise, I spent a lot of time researching and purchasing gear. Alpha Gaming was very helpful for me in that specific space. He's got videos on basically anything you would want to know about getting started in the streaming space as a newbie. Very, very helpful. Would recommend checking him out. He's providing a ton of value. Definitely subscribe to his channel if you're interested in this pursuit at all. And then the other stuff was really understanding, working on my mindset, I guess is probably the easiest way to say it. I read a couple books of Gary Vaynerchuk's on crush it and crushing it. Gonna reread Jab, 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 Right Hook, and really just focus it on how to build a solid community and brand that's about providing value first for you and for the people that take the time to watch this stuff. So I appreciate it. And I know I have a ton of tabs up on top of this browser, and it's kind of overwhelming, but I'll put links to everything I talk about down in the description to save you some of the heavy lifting on trying to find that. But so Devin Nash, like I said, data-driven, analytics-based approach to Twitch and YouTube. He actually spent some time, you can see related channels over here on the side, CLG. He was the CEO there for a time. He now is CMO at another company, and he does this Twitch and YouTube kind of stuff on the side. Very, very smart, very with it. High energy, entertaining to watch, and definitely bring a notepad and write as fast as you can because he talks fast and what he's saying is really important. But one of the things that I thought was really interesting that he shared was the Sully Gnome site, so SULLYGNOME.com, and it's really the analytics and statistics on Twitch on what's happening. Very, very helpful for me as I'm thinking about, hey, where's there space for me to enter into this market and enter into a video game and start streaming it. You know, everybody knows that Call of Duty Modern Warfare is incredibly, I would say the market's kind of flooded with supply and the demand isn't necessarily there outside of the top tier. And so while I would love to stream some COD, and that's really my best game, I would say, there's not really a space for a newbie, especially with Twitch, how it does nothing to help the discoverability of new Twitch streamers. So I wanted to take some time on here to really understand where I could kind of fit in and find my niche. They say the riches are in the niches, and there you go, pronouncing it both ways. I don't even know which way is right anymore. Niche, who knows? But really understand where I could fit in to Twitch and where my place is on this content creation, gaming, landscape, I guess is probably the best way to say it. And so I found that 4 games that I'm interested in pursuing alongside Apex Legends and RuneScape like I have been. One of them CSGO, which I used to play a lot. I don't anymore. Not for any particular reason, but I'd love to get back into it. But it seems like there's room for me to enter into that. I'll just look it up here. See if CSGO. I'm not finding it. But let's hop into here and I'll try and find it. So CSGO, and that was really surprising to me, Counter-Strike right here. I thought this would be kind of flooded. It's had been around for so long, and I didn't think the demand would be there anymore. But there's actually pretty high demand, and I base that on this viewer ratio, which is just something Devin Nash talks about. But this being 49 is really a good demand signal for this market, saying like, hey, there's an average viewer ratio of 50 per channel. That's what that means. And so there's really room. Like if you look at Call of Duty, I think it's in the teens, which is pretty normal for these really popular games. So Call of Duty's in the teens, but this one's all the way up at 50. So there's a lot more room to grow, and it's more evenly spread across the different channels, I would say. The other one is The Long Dark, survival game. I've never really played that, but it's on Game Pass, and I want to try and check it out. And I'll be streaming kind of like first attempts at it. I'm not usually that great at those games, so I'm sure it'll be entertaining to watch me be terrible at it, if nothing else. The next one's Among Us, which I'm sure isn't surprising. It was surprising that there was any room for others in this space. 63.4, kind of crazy, but you can see that trending down in the last 3 days, which that's a pretty small sample size, but not super high. But this game looks like a ton of fun. I have some friends that want to play it, so I think I might pick it up, especially considering it's only $5. And then the last one is actually a game that's in early access right now, but Rogue Legacy 2 has decent, like not great. I would say it's probably trending down because there's really only the first level and there's not any other content. They're building it as they go, so not a ton here, but I thought it might be worth doing some early playthroughs of it as I try and learn the game. So that was all from Devin Nash. Alpha Gaming, besides being just good to look at, I mean, look at that guy. He's incredibly smart and also with it when it comes to understanding this space and what good looks like, what good tech looks like. He's got a background in video editing, I believe, from college, and he's been making videos on YouTube, I think he says, for like 10 years. So really a top mind, I would say, in this space. So anything you can take from him, I would do for sure. He's very helpful. And one of the lines that he said that really stuck out to me was, if you're just streaming for 8 hours a day and trying to grow your Twitch channel, that's not grinding. That's just lazy. It's just a lazy approach to becoming a streamer, because anybody can do that, right? You just flip the switch. I go in my OBS, and press start streaming, and I'm live. Like, there's no effort in that. But he was saying you really need to find a way, and Devin supports this as well, you need to find a way to get people to your content, your channel, not just through Twitch. You have to have a reason to be drawing them in on your own and do your own marketing for it, which I think is really fun and kind of a fun challenge. And then he also had a great video going over some of the different monetization levels that content creators can get into and how they work, which was helpful for me to understand, especially being the newbie here. One of the other things I've been working on these past couple weeks is broadcasting software. I've kind of settled on OBS here, kind of the OG in this space. And the reason I settled on it is I think the functionality is just miles ahead of any of the other OBSs that are out there. I've tried 3 so far, Streamlabs, Twitch Studio, and I forget what the last one was, but they were all really easy to put together and get started on. But I think long-term OBS is probably the better one, and I had to watch some YouTube videos to get my head around how this actually works, but I think it's the right choice. You get a ton of flexibility, functionality, like I was saying, and I think it'll be the right decision. And I'll make another video walking you through my setup on OBS right now and my current go-to, and it works well for me. So I'll share that with you all too, just to share the love and share the wealth. And then I think last thing I want to cover, well, 2 things I want to cover yet. My current mindset, how I'm approaching this and how I'm thinking is I really want to get in a rhythm of creating content and not getting stuck on the metric sides of things and not trying to just like game the system. I really want to build out a library of content quickly, and it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm trying to get past that. I'm a perfectionist at heart, and I really just want to put stuff out there, put stuff that I think is valuable, like this story of going from knowing nothing about streaming into hopefully becoming a Twitch partner, as is the goal. And so I really want to build out a library of YouTube content and get a good following on Twitch. And then I might try and game the system a little more. That sounds bad, but I want there to be I guess a backdrop or a catalog for people if they do find me, to be able to like see all my content. Because right now, if they find me, it's like, okay, I have 3 videos totaling about 20 minutes worth of content, and then they're gonna forget about me. It's like, why subscribe? This guy's not really doing anything. So I really want to, like I said, build out a foundational layer of content, and this vlog is going to help me do that while sort of cataloging my journey. So I want to be prepared for when a video does get big, that there's a reason for people to stick around and spend time on my channel. And then the other thing is I'm kind of exploring some connections I have through my actual job and my network outside of just my friend group. I come from business world, startup world, and I think I could use that to my advantage. I have some pretty solid connections that run deep in marketing organizations to help me think through brand strategy and leverage that as much as possible. And then I also have some connections to like some esports teams, some people in the streaming space that I think would be helpful. Just help me understand and help me grow in the right way, the healthy way, not just in a gimmicky way, but it's like, hey, I want to actually make this into something. How do I do that? And I think there's a way to work with them and try and move the needle forward. I want to make sure it's valuable for them as well, so I don't want to just mooch off them. And the final thing, I don't think I have it up here, but let me pull it up because I'm excited to show you. Hey everyone, made a mistake and had to edit out some stuff. So we just transitioned to the Enchiladas web store, and we'll take it away right now. And if you go to the apparel section, this is the tee we just ordered, and I'm excited for you all to be able to get it. Not me, obviously, but this guy has some pretty sweet tats, I think. So we got the More Than Food logo on the left chest, always a classic look, and then on the back, simple enchiladas. I think it's a really cool look. This is one of the comfiest tees I've ever worn, so I'm really excited to share that with you all too. And then, yeah, I want to sell some merch and make this more of like a holistic brand rather than just Twitch or YouTube. And so right now we have the beanie and the shirts coming in, and those are available to purchase, I would say, in a week and a half, max, somewhere around there. And then I also want to, I'll work on it in the next couple weeks, I think, but I want to put together a recipe book because I love cooking, huge fan of cooking and good food, big passion of mine. And enchiladas is based, the name itself is based off of a recipe for enchiladas that I have that I think are really good. So I want to include that. I have a recipe for hot sauce. We've been making these Crunchwrap Supreme, like copycat recipe things that are very, very good. Put that in there. I want a chili cook-off with a chili recipe. I'll put that in there. And then maybe some extras from some of my friends that I think are really good recipes. And I'll share that with Twitch subscribers, my supporters on Patreon once I get that set up. And then I'm also going to list it for sale on the Enchilada store for, I don't know, $5-10, something in that realm, I think. But I just think that sounds so fun, and I'd love to share that with you all. So running down the gear real quick, and then we'll hop into the stats, because I know that's what's the most interesting piece here. But currently, I have a custom candle scent, and you got to start out with that for the studio, the Enchilada Studio. We just made these the other day. Pen and Beach is the brand, but you can go in there and make your own candle scent. I got to make mine. It has some strong notes of eucalyptus in it, and I called it Eucalyptus Nuts. So patent pending, TM, all the things. But had a ton of fun with that. Excited to get this scent in the studio and make that our branded scent. Currently for a webcam, what you're watching me on right now is my iPhone 11 Pro, and I have an app called iVCam, which it seems to work really well. The only annoying thing is having my phone tied up, for the entirety of the time. But that is this right here. That's what it looks like. IV Cam by E2Esoft. Pretty solid. There's a free version, and then that runs out and your quality goes down, and then I paid $10 to get the quality version back. Currently, headset, it's a HyperX Cloud 2 gaming headset. Very solid headset. It's also the mic I'm using right now. But I ordered this week the Wave 1, which I'm really excited for. USB mic. It's easier to set up and cheaper than some of the bigger ones, and like the $500+ mics. So I'm excited to get this in-house and start working with it. I hope it gets here this week. We'll see. And then I will be getting off this mic. I know the quality is not that great, but I wanted to just start before I had everything. I'm sure you understand. Let's see what else. I'm using this tripod, and I'll have to share a picture of my rig. I'll share it on my Twitter, but it's just so janky right now. It's resting and set on top of a peanut M&M's container because that's my favorite candy. So it's set on top of that. It looks super professional, I'm sure. On Twitch specifically, I have a couple mods, bots installed, whatever you want to call them. Nightbot, kind of the classic one. It's been doing really well for me so far. I'm a fan of it. Seems pretty intuitive. And then Streamlabs has, I'm using some of their widgets as well, but they have a bot that can help with like loyalty and engaging with people more than Nightbot does, it seems like. And you can get like loyalty points for tuning into a channel, and then you can play roulette with it with those points and exchange those. I'm still understanding it, but I'm excited to hop into that and make more activities for the people in chat to work on. And then the other thing I have is OpenShot Video Editor, which is actually a free video editing software. Very, very easy to work on though. That's what I'm editing this in right now. You just drop your files that you want to use in here to load them into the video, and then you can put them into your tracks, split them, whatever you got to do, change the sound, put transitions in, however you want to do it, and you can hop right into it. And then the final thing, these are the books I read, by the way. Crushing It. It's kind of a follow-up to Crush It. It's very good, I thought. Just helpful in understanding like how this works and how you have to lay out the groundwork before you start, like I was saying. And then I do have an older PC, but I wanted to share my PC parts just so you know what I'm working off of. Another reason why I don't do Call of Duty is because I don't think my computer is powerful enough to stream it and play it at the same time, at least not in a very functional way. So this is what it looks like right now. I'm looking to actually have a 1TB 870 Evo on as well. That's not included here. That was a recent addition though. I think I'm going to upgrade these 3 things here. Well, these 4 things, especially with the 3080s that just came out from NVIDIA. I'm very excited about those, and the price point's really competitive, so I'm excited. I'll probably hop into those soon before the end of the year to really help out the stream and up the value that I'm able to give to you all. So, okay, let's get into the stats now. I know this is the most exciting part, so let's hop into it. This is my Twitch stats from the last week, I believe. We were actually able to double our follower count. That's so exciting. So we were at 6 to 8, I believe. We're at 14 as of this recording. Very excited. That's pretty big time for me, starting out with nothing. And then our average viewers is 3.2, which I think that ratio is pretty good. You think about like brand stickiness and how hard it is to, you got to think about yourself as the product really. And you don't want a bunch of follows with no average viewer, with a low average viewer count, because that means you're not sticky. It means people don't really want to come back around. They just drop a follow. It's kind of a meaningless thing. It's like hitting subscribe on YouTube but never actually watching any of the other videos. If you make a bunch of fake accounts, subscribe with all of those, but they never watch any of the videos, it's not super helpful, right? Same sort of concept. And pretty interactive chat as well. I'm excited about that. That's when I have the most fun, even more than when I'm playing the game, especially a game like RuneScape. It's way more fun talking to the chat and interacting, especially when we do our would you rather questions, than it is to actually play the game. And there's actually been some pretty lively discussions on Would You Rather so far, which has been fun. One of the questions was, what was it? Would you rather shoot real bullets when you do finger guns, or make real drum sounds when you do the finger drums, like that, but it would actually sound real. And there's just like a bunch of back and forth. And shout out to Carl Brecken one for the answer that made me laugh the hardest on this one. But he said whoever said that they want finger drum sounds is about to catch some bullets from these hands, which I thought was really, really funny. But yeah, we just go through the subreddit on Would You Rather questions and pull some of the top ones from there, the ones that are the most fun. Just discuss those pros and cons. Very fun. So yeah, these are our Twitch stats. It's been fun so far. Not sure what growth I should expect going forward, but just very encouraged by this and excited. I think our highest at concurrent viewer count too was 9, which I think is pretty good. That was really fun. That was that same night as the Would You Rather. Just a good time. And we kind of started doing that whenever there's downtime in the games, doing these Would You Rather questions. Just very fun. And then for my YouTube, this is where we're at right now. Not anything too impressive, and I really only have 3 videos up here. I think this one's unlisted. This one is unlisted now. So there's not like a ton of content right now, so I'm not very discouraged by this. 19 views in the last 28 days. That is what it is. We'll just go from here. I do want to start being more intentional about putting out content though, so you can expect to see more from me on YouTube, and I want to make it more informal, not get stuck in perfectionism and trying to create the perfect video, but I really just want to put content out there and put my thoughts out there, especially like on this weekly vlog. I wrote a script in 10 minutes just so I didn't forget to tell you anything, but this is mostly ad-lib. I just want to tell you where I'm at, where my head's at, and what I'm thinking. But yeah, we'd love to see this subscriber count grow as we're going, just to show if we're providing value or not. But either way, I'm excited to start making videos and just put this out there and see what the people think. But all right, so congrats, made it to the end of the video. This is it. If you're still here, please consider leaving a like on the video and subscribing to the channel if you did enjoy this. It helps provide me with the feedback on what's working and what isn't for my content. So if you do leave a dislike, please tell me why. I'm fine with constructive feedback. But I really hope to talk to you soon on Twitch or in the comment section below. But hope you're having a great day, and we'll talk soon, okay?